Folks, this is the final game. These two teams are both going to be on stage on Friday as part of the student awards, and right now we're just trying to figure out who gets gold and who gets silver, right? It's been an amazing set of games. We've had fantastic players. Thank you guys for putting in the time, for coming here prepared. You deserve a big round of applause. Thank you so much. And you, audience, I know there's a lot of other things that you could be going and watching. You chose to still come here and listen to me blather about all sorts of weird things, and I don't know what's wrong with you. You've chosen to be here with me, but that's okay, because I'm going to let them do some talking here for a minute. I'm going to take another sip of water. Davis, just one more time, please check those buzzers. Make sure that they're working right. I don't want this to come down to something not functioning the way you want it to. Please go ahead, Vic.
Hello everyone, I'm Emily Bick. I'm a second-year PhD student working with Christian Nansen. I'm doing ecological modeling of agroecosystems.
Good afternoon again. My name is Brendan Boudinot. One of my obsessions is comparative morphology, and my first paper was on the genital skeletal musculature of ants, unsurprisingly.
But not plants.
Not plants.
Hello again, everyone. My name is Ralph Washington, Jr. I first found insects in a vacant lot near my house, and so one of my additional non-academic interests is in the urban ecology of insects.
Everyone, that is the UC Davis team. Please give it up for them. Across the way and closer to me would be the University of Georgia. Rich, can you start us off, please?
I am Annie Rich, and I would like to give a shout out to our awesome UGA fan club over here. Thanks for showing up, guys.
My name's Ian Knight, and I started my entomological career working with Necrophorus americanus, the American burying beetle. So that's kind of one of my passions.
It is the International Congress of Entomology. Me llamo Laura Kraft, yo estudio áfidos y con Dr. Carrie Oliver.
My name's Tommy McElrath. I study systematics with Joe McHugh at the University of Georgia. And I like beetles and all other insects. And again, I am looking for a job or a postdoc. And again, we'd just like to thank our department head, Chris Brayman, for letting us come here, our coach, Nancy Hinkle, and our alternate, Ruby Harrison. So let's give it up for all the Linnaean teams who've participated this year.
One last thing before we get into this. You'll forgive me for taking just a moment. We've had some really great student volunteers who've been running the scoreboards and keeping your slides in check, and things are going very well down at Kristen Pearson's keeping your score. Trey Richardson has been keeping those slides coming up. Caleb Harry behind you has been doing the timer. Please thank them for their time. It's not a hard job, but they do have to sit here and listen to me the whole time, so that's part of it. And then, of course, you have these three fabulous judges that have been debating and going over the questions and making sure that I'm telling folks the right things. Becky Simmons, Carol Nelly, and Genevieve Toe. And my last plug, if you have not gotten enough of this, we can do it all again tomorrow on the international level. Send me an email. It's jennifer.henke@gmail.com. I'll sign you up. We'll play a little pub-style quiz. It'll be fun, I promise. Anyways, teams, are you ready?
Yes.
Audience, it's the national championship. Are you ready? Then let's go. Toss-up question number 1. Like many orthopterans, the semi-aquatic pygmy mole cricket has enlarged femora. However, the tridactylids have taken saltatorial life a step, or maybe a leap, further. What remarkable feat can they accomplish with their hind limbs? UGA, McElrath.
Swimming?
No. I'm sorry, you guys is, Boudinot. Thank you, Washington. Boudinot, please.
I'm not sure, but whenever I encounter them, they jump a lot and they're really annoying. So they have achieved the feat of annoying entomologists. They jump really far.
It's not special enough. The special thing that these little pygmy mole crickets can do is jump directly from the surface of the water. And that is pretty cool.
That is cool.
Toss-up question number 2. The corn earworm, Helicoverpa, is a devastating agricultural pest known by many common names. Its Latin name has also been in flux. In what genus was this insect placed before it was on the Interrupt UGA night?
Heliothus.
That is correct. UGA, your team has a bonus question. You can confer. What does MacArthur and Wilson's equilibrium theory of island biogeography postulate? McElrath?
I believe it's that the number of species, the biodiversity, is going to be dependent on the size of the island and as distance from the source and a distance from the source. As they occupy all the different niches, the bigger the island is, the more niches there are, so...
There you go.
Okay.
That's what they were. That was that last little. Just gotta keep talking. It is not often that the teams get a chance to correct the moderator, but this is one of those times. Toss-up question number 3. Describe what is wrong with the following statement. In some watermelon fields, the EIL for striped cucumber beetle was set at 60% of the ET. And that is UC Davis, Washington.
That's necessarily incorrect because the economic threshold is always lower than the EIL.
And that's correct. Davis, your bonus question, and you can confer on this. Iron gall ink is produced from tannins found in the gall of what insect? Washington.
The oak gall wasp. Family Cynipidae.
Yep. Okay, teams, toss-up question number 4. Tularemia is a bacterial disease that may be spread by many arthropods, but give me one. That is UC Davis, Washington.
Tularemia can be spread by horseflies, family Tabanidae, as well as exodid ticks. Rabbit fever, another name for tularemia.
They're good. That's correct. Davis, your bonus question. What does thigmotactic behavior refer to? Washington.
Means orientation towards substrate touch. It's exhibited by bed bugs, like they get in like crevices and be oppressed on both sides.
Yep. All right, teams, toss-up question number 5. Projection neurons travel across what 2 major regions of the insect brain? That is UGA Craft.
The deuterocerebrum and the tritocerebrum.
That is incorrect. UC Davis. Washington.
The protocerebrum and the deuterocerebrum.
That is correct. Davis, your bonus question. Insects inhabiting a very thin water film, such as splash zones marginal to streams, are called what? Washington.
Maticles.
That's correct. Teams, toss-up question number 6. Insect genomes are so frequently sequenced now as to be commonplace, but it was barely a decade ago that genomes were reserved only for the highest impact research organisms. What were the first 2 sequenced insect genomes? And that's Davis, Washington.
Drosophila melanogaster and Tribolium castaneum.
That is not correct. Georgia. Knight.
Drosophila melanogaster and Bombyx mori.
That is also not correct. Folks, it is a mosquito.
Aedes aegypti.
Malaria vector.
Oh.
Anopheles gambiae in 2002. Toss-up question number 7. The insect order Notoptera unites what 2 former on the Interrupt Washington, Davis?
Unites the orders Mantophasmatodia and Grilloblatodia.
That is correct. This is rather similar to something else. Do you want this or do you want it skipped? Okay. 92? Toss-up, excuse me, Davis, I'm sorry. Your bonus question for your team, and you can confer. You just moved into an apartment that has been vacant for weeks, but whose prior owners had several cats and dogs. A very few days after you move in, you were bitten by a huge number of cat fleas, which seem to have appeared out of nowhere. What characteristic feature of cat fleas biology is probably responsible for this? Rich, I'm sorry, this is a bonus question.
Oh, I'm
It's
so
Davis.
sorry.
It's okay.
This is my first
No,
one.
well, and then with me turning around, I got you out of your rhythm. It's okay.
It's all right.
All right, Washington.
It's the pupae that emerge. The pupae are waiting around the carpet. Diapausive pupae.
The judges would like for you to provide some more information.
Okay, gotcha. So they'll pupate, now wait around the carpets waiting for hosts to return, considering that their hosts might leave the nest sometimes. So then, in this case, because cats are gone, human beings come there, and then the pupae emerge, in response to the host being present.
There you go. That's what they were looking for. They're okay with that. Good job. All right, toss-up question has a slide. Here you go. Beautiful picture. I didn't even read a question. All right, UC Davis, what you got, Washington?
That's an incredibly distinct insect that Tommy, I want to compliment him, answered on last year. That's Pelecinus polyturator in the family Pelicinidae. I had no idea what that was until I saw that slide last year. That's an amazing insect. It's distinct based on the number of abdominal segments and how long they are. It's the only one in its species in the United States. In the order Hymenoptera. Family Pelicinidae. They are parasitoids. They use their long abdomen in order to reach down into, they parasitize beetles. Soil-dwelling beetles. Oh, crud. This is the worst. Pelicinidae, Pelecinus polyturator. Let's see what else is relevant. Long abdomen. It's not going in the wood. It's let's see. Scarab beetles. Parasitizing scare beetle larvae. No? All right. I'm just gonna. Oh.
I think she knows what I'm waiting for.
It's the only one in its genus in the United States.
That's up to you guys. So, all right. Washington, that is an incredibly large amount of information, and it took you a while, but you finally got the last piece of the question, because what I was waiting for, folks, was not only what family of insect is pictured here, which you got right away, but the family of the beetles that it parasitizes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that is well deserving of a bonus question. Now you can at least talk to other folks and listen to the whole thing. What are the two obvious clinical symptoms that someone is suffering from onchocerciasis? Washington.
Blindness and hanging tissue around lymph nodes, oftentimes the scrotum.
That is correct. Okay, folks. Toss-up question number 9. Fingers on buzzers. Everybody's ready. I know we got off of track there a little bit there, but toss-up number 9. Many insects defend themselves by sequestering toxic alkaloids from their host plants. What is the definition of an alkaloid? And that's time. Okay. Alkaloids are a very diverse chemical group. Most of them have organic bases. That's the alkaloid that include nitrogen. Some more modern definitions also require that you have the presence of the heterocyclic ring structure. Toss-up question number 10. Kudzu is an invasive legume that has enveloped large regions of the southern United States. Classical biological control by insects has been hindered because proposed agents might host switch to what major on the interrupt night?
Soybeans, and they definitely host switched because you get Megacopter cribaria on soybeans.
And that is correct. I was looking for soybeans. UGA, I have a bonus question for you, and your team can confer. Some species of mosquitoes lay eggs that undergo diapause or estivation. Give at least 3 cues that trigger the aquatic eggs to hatch. I need an answer, Georgia. Rich.
Water washes up if they're laid alongside of ponds or puddles, and it activates them. Other larvae, moving them around, movement, and rise in temperature. Or when some of them are just activated by being laid. Humidity, presence of a host.
I think the judges think you're taking a left turn. Good spinning though. Good trying. We were looking for temperature, of course, day length, dropping oxygen levels in the water column, and increased microbial activity. All right. Toss-up question number 11, teams. Mud dauber wasps provision their nests with paralyzed specimens of many insect species, but also with members of what order of non-insect arthropods? UGA McElrath.
Spiders?
Yeah? Yeah, okay. Basically, if it doesn't say that on the sheet, I try to go to them. So they, that's why you see me sitting here waiting. So UGA, a bonus question for you guys. What are the 3 categories of myrmecophiles? UGA, McElrath.
Obligate, facultative, and whatever the one is where they kind of just wander in and are okay. Passive.
They don't really like that one, but they think it's a good try. We were looking for more like cynicthrans, which are treated hostilely by the ants, and cynochenes, which are tolerated, and symphiles, which are true guests of the ants. But good try. All right, folks, toss-up question number 12. What is the common name for the Zingentoman pest that thrives in high humidity and high temperatures and is often found in boiler rooms and bakeries? UC Davis, Washington.
It's a firebrat, Thermobia domestica.
That's correct. Your bonus question, Davis. To date, which juvenile hormone isomers have only been found in Lepidoptera? Washington.
I am so excited to answer this because I got this wrong last year. JH0, 1, and 2 are only found in Lepidoptera. JH3 is the one that's found in the rest of the insects.
That's correct. Teams, toss-up question number 13. Insect segmentation is under the master control of the Hox genes. Name one of the 8 Hox genes present in insects. Boudinot.
Abdominal A.
That's correct. And your bonus question is bonus number 12, a slide. Women have had a large role in shaping the field of entomology. Who is the trailblazing woman shown, and what was her important role in the Entomological Society of America? Washington.
Is that Edith Marion Patch, the first female president of the Entomological Society of America?
It is. Toss-up question number 14. Ichneummonid and Burconid wasps can be recognized by the presence of which doubled on the interrupt, Washington?
You can tell the difference between ichneummonid and Burconid wasps by the number of recurrent veins. Ichneummonid wasps have 2 recurrent veins, Burconids have only 1. Results in an ichneummonid wasp having a horsehead cell in the forewing.
The comment I got was that's really interesting, but was not quite the question that we had on the paper. So -5 for that. And UGA, you get the question in its entirety. Ichneummonid and Burconid wasps can be recognized by the presence of which doubled segment on the hind legs? McElrath?
2-segmented trochanter.
Yeah, out of curiosity, do you happen to know the names for the 2 pieces of it? Just because.
No.
Oh, that's all right. Audience, you know?
Trochanter, too.
And trochanter. Yeah, trochanter and trochantellis. Good job, Georgia. And your bonus question. The first lepidopteran pheromone identified was bombacol. What was the first dipteran sex pheromone to be identified? McElrath.
Muscalor.
Yeah. Toss-up question number 15. The invasive ladybird beetle, Harmonia exridius, or Boudinot would say it better than I did, is generally considered a pest, but it was released as a targeted and successful biological control agent in what orchard setting? And that is Boudinot.
I've sold them at garden centers for controlling aphids, and I don't think that was the original idea, but that's where you can buy them right now, if you wanted to.
Yeah, but that's not an orchard, so no. Georgia? Knight.
They were introduced for control of scales in citrus orchards.
Good guess. Not what we were looking for here. Audience? Thank you, Nancy. Pecan orchards. Populations of the pecan aphids fell dramatically after its introduction, and then they started working in apple and citrus. So it was the pecans first. Florida entomologist, 2007. Okay, folks. Last toss-up question is a slide. So cute. The Latin name of, on the interrupt, McElrath.
Since he interrupted me to answer a picture question before, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
It's a longhorn beetle in the family Cerambycidae, and it's a plant feeder. There you go.
Anything else?
No.
Oh. Nice. Buzzer worked. That's not quite the question we were going to ask, but so -5, but good job on that. Davis, I'll let you hear the question in its entirety. The Latin name of the red milkweed beetle. I'm going to start that one over. The Latin name of the red milkweed beetle pictured here refers to what unusual aspect of its morphology? Boudinot.
The weird parietal lobe that divides the eye. I don't know, that may be a characteristic of the Lamiinae, but I'm not a coleopterist.
That's actually correct.
All right.
The genus and the species, Tetraropes, Tetrothalmus, refers to the eye being split in half by the scape of the antenna, leaving the insect with what appears to be 4 eyes. With that, congratulations to UC Davis. Congratulations also to our runner-ups, the University of Georgia. Excellent job. And that concludes the national version of the ESA Linnaean Games. Tomorrow we'll have the international version. If you're interested, come up and see me, send me an email. I hope to see you around the meeting the rest of the week. Thanks a bunch.